Okay, got it.
All right, Herb, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Gary. I'm Herb Levitan, and I'm the current chairman of the Northern Virginia Senior Olympics Group. I've been participating in Northern Virginia Olympics for maybe almost 20 years. And I've stayed with it as a member of the executive committee to determine how it's run. And it's been really a great pleasure to do that with my colleagues. And that's an open invitation if someone has an interest in participating in the organizing of the Northern Virginia Senior Olympics each September. We meet on a monthly basis to plan what's going to happen. And it's a nice thing to do, especially in retirement. This year, the NVSO, as we call it, is being run, as you see, from September 10th to the 24th over a 2-week period. And our objective, as you see, is to promote health, fitness, and psychological well-being for senior adults by providing opportunities for participation, competition, self-improvement, and fellowship through various athletic and, I should emphasize, recreational events, that is, non-athletic events, and I'll point those up in a moment. I'm reading the text because I understand somebody does not have the screen and is on a telephone, and so they won't see the text that I'm referring to, if you don't mind that. All right, Gary, we can go to the next screen.
Here we go.
So this is an example of a gal who is competing in the field events, and that's what's called a mini javelin. And it's a great thing to do. It's not difficult. There's different weights for different ages. And of course, you determine the winner by the distance you throw it. We can go to the next one. This is a symbol that indicates, that reminds us that we have been in operation since 1982, and this is 2022 is our 40th year anniversary. And we're celebrating it mightily. Thanks. For the next one. This is at the opening ceremony. This is the fellow who was the chair at the time, and we have each year we have a different torch bearer at the opening ceremony. The next slide. So the NVSO has several sponsors, which are local government organizations. There are 9 of them. And of course, Arlington County Department of Parks and Recreation is one, and City of Alexandria, City of Fairfax, City of Falls Church, Fairfax County Department of Neighborhood and Community Services, Fairfax County Park Authority, Fauquier County Parks, Loudoun County Parks, and Prince William. So these include the jurisdictions where people can participate from. If you live outside of one of these jurisdictions, you're not permitted to participate. And these sponsors provide staff to support the work that we do, and they provide facilities as well. So it's a major contribution that these government organizations make. The next slide, please. This again is opening day, where we also have the track meet. And the track meet, this is obviously a running meet, and probably it's the 60-meter dash. But the track also includes walking events. I mean, there are several running events: the 60-meter dash, the 200-meter dash, the 400-meter run, the 800-meter run, and the 1600-meter run. These are indoor tracks, so even though it may be hot outside, they can be comfortable inside. And there are 2 walking events, speed walking, an 800-meter walk around the 200-meter track and a 1,600-meter walk around the track. Next slide, please. So this shows who was eligible. As I said, the participants are required to reside in one of the jurisdictions, which are listed here: Alexandria, Falls Church, Fairfax, Arlington, Fauquier, Loudoun, and they must be 50 years old by the end of the year. We can go to the next slide. This is a field event, another field event. It's a running long jump. We can go to the next slide. And this shows the variety of recreational and physical activities that are available. And this list varies from year to year, but for the most part, it remains the same. So you see the range of things we have. There's a pool, 8-ball and 9-ball pool. There's bocce, as you mentioned. This year we have line dancing, horseshoes, 10-pin bowling, Wii bowling and yo-yo, cornhole game, miniature golf, and croquet. There's tennis and badminton and pickleball, which is very popular, you probably know. There's handball and racquetball this year, table tennis, singles, doubles, and mixed doubles. There's swimming events, 50 and 100-yard breaststroke, freestyle, backstroke, and a 900-yard or approximately a half-mile swim. These are at an indoor pool. And we have a diving event for 1 and 3 meter boards. There's a range of field events: javelin, shot put, discus, softball, hit and throw, football throw, frisbee throw. And this year new is weightlifting and running long jump and high jump. A very interesting event that we've had for a couple of years is called orienteering. And this is in some park where they put out places that you're supposed to find, or they give you a map and you're supposed to find these designated places. And the person who does it in the least amount of time gets a medal. There's also cycling, 20K time trial and 10K time trial. And also on opening day, there's rowing on a rowing machine, which is timing how long it takes you to go 2 kilometers on the rowing machine. There's also basketball skills, field goals and free throws. And as you see at the very bottom of the screen, there are activities that you can do sitting down around a table, usually around a table. And that includes duplicate bridge, cribbage and canasta, dominoes, Scrabble and crossword puzzle, rummy cube, Sudoku, jigsaw puzzle, bunko, and mahjong. So you can see there's quite a variety of activities. And all told this year, we have more than 70 available. We can go to the next slide. And this is an example of bocce at the bocce court that we have in Green Acres. And that happens to be me with the bocce ball in my hand. I see a comment about volleyball. We had volleyball for a while. We need a person to act as an event director for volleyball, and to find, in the process of being an event director, they need to find a venue that is suitable to the players. If you're interested in pursuing that, you should contact me, but it won't be for this year. Okay, we can go to the next slide, Gary.
There's another question about where the event schedule is posted, how somebody can find that.
Yes, our website is nvso.us. That will appear at the end of the slide, I'm quite sure. So it's nvso.us, and all the events and the location for the events and everything about all the events is listed on the website, as well as, of course, access to register. So these events are grouped in age and gender in general. They're conducted in 5, 10, and 20 or no age groups, if it's felt that being younger is not a particular advantage. And their age groups, if in a particular age group you're on a doubles team or another team, it is the age of the youngest member of that team that determines what age group you participate in. And as it says, most events are offered in male and female divisions, so that females are competing against other females in their age group, and sometimes there's no age division at all. And there are medals awarded, gold, silver, and bronze medals are awarded to the top 3 people in each event. Next. And this is the time trial, the cycling time trial. It's on a very, this year, it's on a very nice, relatively flat course at Vint Hill. The next. And this is an example of the medals that are offered. Next slide. This is an example of a football throw competition that's held out in Wakefield District Park at the same time as the softball hit and throw and frisbee throw. It's the same location where tennis is held on different days. Next slide. This is an example of the participation in 2021. And you can see the distribution by age group for males and females. And most of the participants, as you see, were in the 60 to 69 and 70 to 79 age group. And there were, this is last year, there were 691 participants participating in 56 events. And this year there's going to be 77 events in 40 disciplines. So a discipline would be swimming, and the additional events would be what I mentioned, freestyle and backstroke and breaststroke. And as you can see, the entry fee is $20 only, very modest. And it's for as many events as you wish to participate in. Now, bowling and bicycling and orienteering have additional fees because there are extra charges that are imposed upon us. For example, in bicycling, for the safety of the cyclists, we basically hire a policeman to control the little amount of traffic that there is on the public roads in the country where the cycling event is held. So we had almost 700 in a year in which there were only 56 events because we did not hold indoor events for the most part because of the COVID pandemic. But this year, all the venues appear to be open, and we'll be taking precautions, but we're able to have many more, about 25% or 50% more events this year than we held last year. So we expect the numbers to go up. Next slide. This is an example of tennis being played at Wakefield District Park. Next slide. The opening ceremony is going to be at Thomas Jefferson Community Center in Arlington, where we will also have, as I mentioned, the track events and rowing, and there'll be patrons exhibiting their wares, and I'll have a list of the patrons that have contributed. We're very grateful for their contribution, and they will be explaining what their organizations are all about at this community center. And this is open to everyone. not necessarily only those who are registered and participating, but anybody can attend this opening ceremony and see what's going on and cheer on your neighbors and colleagues. The next. And this is an example of people playing bridge. I'm not sure, this is probably held in a church basement. It's going to be held somewhere else this year, but so bridge is a very popular event, which unfortunately we were not able to do last year because of the pandemic. There's a question, how do you do rowing? The rowing is done on a machine and it's being done, there are several machines, what they call erg machines, rowing machines at Thomas Jefferson indoors. And that's what we'll do. Next slide. And this indicates that we do need volunteers to help out. This is really it's an all volunteer organization. I'm a volunteer, and the executive committee are all volunteers, and the event directors are all volunteers. And then we also have people who assist the event directors at various events. And if you're interested in volunteering, you can go to our website and see which events need volunteers or would like to have volunteers, and then you contact the event director to see how you can help out. And this may be all. Why don't you go to the next slide? This is an example of a softball hit, and this woman is hitting the softball off a tee. And one has the option of hitting it off a tee where the ball is stationary, or you can, what they call fungo the ball and throw it up and hit it as it descends. Next slide. And this is an example of the gold level patrons this year. These organizations have contributed $1,000 to our effort. They may be familiar to you, but we're very grateful for their contribution. And many of these, maybe not all, but many of them will have exhibit tables at opening ceremony on September 10th, where you can talk to them about their organization, and sometimes they have freebies to give away. And they're very friendly and they're very anxious to talk to people. Next slide. This is an example of a couple of women participating in the backstroke swimming event. Next slide. And this is the benefits that patrons get. This is from the 2018 patrons program. So there are many benefits. And I should point out that there are many people who contribute when they register. They appreciate the low entry fee of $20 and the benefits that they get as individuals by participating. And so they feel motivated to contribute at a bronze level, which we greatly appreciate. And the next slide. And this is an effort being made to throw the shot put at the field event, which will be held at Falls Church High School, not too far outside the Arlington area. Next. And this is the final slide. And you can see the website is www.nvso.us. And a great deal of additional information is available on that website. Okay, I'm going to look at that's all the presentation there is. I'm going to look at the comments and see if there's something. There's a question about bocce. I'm not sure it's directed to me or to the region that you people represent. But from our perspective, bocce is offered on only one day. And it's for several hours because there's many interested participants.
Herb, regarding the bocce, are there teams that are already organized that, for example, if A&V's bocce team entered, we could play against?
It's not organized by team. The people compete in bocce as individuals. We hadn't thought about doing it as a team. That's interesting. But if somebody is interested in that, they can make a proposal to us, and we'll consider how that might be done.
Very good.
I'm not sure. There's a question about line dancing. That we plan on a line dancing competition this year, and the information, the details about line dancing are on the website, and teams of, I don't remember whether it's between 5 and 8 or 4 and 8 people on a team, and they register as a team. You register as individuals, and you indicate what team you're with. And this obviously will be held indoors at Green Spring Senior Living Area. The program schedule is on the website. And at this point, that's the simplest way to see what the schedule is. The programs have been mailed out to people on our mailing list. And if in the future you wish to receive material about the schedule in the mail, you should write to me, Levitan@gmail.com, and I'll put you on the mailing list, and in the future you will receive a mailing that will include the schedule.
Hey, Herb, what is the deadline for registering if you want to compete?
Yes, thank you. The deadline is August 31st at midnight. And
We have a question, Herb, about bridge. Would you have to bring do you bring your partner to participate, or how does that work? Individuals?
No, most people bring a partner. But I think that if you do not have a partner, you can submit a request if somebody else needs a partner. And that is negotiated offline, so to speak. But I think most people come with people that they know and partner.
So it sounds like even if you are paired or on a team, individuals are required to register as individuals. And then for events, so what events do involve teams? If A&V wanted to enter some events, what team events would you have for us?
Well, included in team, I would say doubles. Okay,
Tennis?
so, all right, so there's tennis, singles and doubles. There's table tennis, ping pong, singles and doubles, and mixed doubles. Let me see what else. There's cornhole toss, singles, doubles, and mixed doubles. Handball, handball, singles and doubles.
Here's a question. Herb,
Yes.
how about bunco? Is bunco composed of teams?
Bunco is not composed of teams, as far as I know. I don't know. I don't believe it's a team sport. I've never played bunco, so I don't know, but I don't believe it's not listed as having partners.
Okay, well, this is all very good information and very interesting. You know, people have an opportunity at this point in life to try something maybe they haven't done, like the javelin throw looked very interesting. How heavy is that javelin for, you know, 65 and older?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe they range from, I think, a high of 500 grams to, as you get older, the weight decreases. I don't remember what the weights are, but that information is available on the web under bocce, and they have rule. Each of the events lists the rules, as well as you can see what past competitors have done,
Great.
the results from previous years.
And is our local group chaired by you, Northern Virginia Senior Olympics, is that sort of a chapter of a national organization?
No, it's not a chapter of anything. It's completely local. There is, and people from outside those jurisdictions cannot, as I said, cannot participate in this event. There is a Virginia Senior Games that is statewide, and that's open to people from other states. And that is a qualifying event for the National Senior Games, which is held every other year. It's being held in Pittsburgh next time. Last year it was held in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So it's held all over the country every other year. But we are individuals. We are unique, and it's really surprising. Maybe it's not surprising that we have so many people just from the local area who are interested in participating.
Does the NVSO rule book track those other competitions?
What do you mean by track?
Well, where do you get your rules? Are they, you know, the same that you would expect if you were participating in the state or national competition?
Yes, pretty much they are, yes. Of course, there are many events that we have that are not available at the state or national level. I should have mentioned pickleball is also a team event. As they have we have double, singles, doubles, and mixed doubles, and it's growing in popularity. And that the pickleball is going to be held at the Lubber Run, the new Lubber Run Community Center facility, and you're welcome to come out and watch.
That's right. Do you need people to cheer on the competitors?
I guess they'd appreciate that. There are a lot of people around, other competitors who are cheering them on. But I think people who are playing are really paying attention to what they're doing, and they're not worried about who's cheering.
Okay.
But sure, coming out to watch them is greatly appreciated.
Very good. And Lubber Run is right down the street.
Yeah.
What do you do to recognize the winners? One question is, winners, do you post them on your website?
Yes. Shortly after the event director submits the results of a competition to me, it gets posted to our website. And then at the end of the year, I compile a results book that shows the results of all the events and everything that happened, all the statistics and so on. And for previous years, that's available on our website.
Wonderful.
Under results.
How many events on average do competitors compete in?
On average, it's about 2.5 events per competitor.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some people who, I think the comment that was made before, even if you have no experience in a particular event, it is such a bargain to participate that it's worth trying something new out. I've done that on many occasions, things I've never done before. And that includes board games as well as athletic events. It's a nice opportunity to expand your experience. But so 2.5 events is the average, I think. But there are people who compete in 10 or even 20 events. It's just a question of scheduling, and being held over 2 weeks. There's lots of opportunities to do many events.
That's right. Here's a question. Have there been any events with 3 participants only so that each person wins a medal?
Yes,
And so the you do award the gold, silver, and bronze.
yes. In fact, in some cases, the real main point is showing up. And in some cases, if only one person is in that age group, in order to get a medal for that age group, they need to compete, and they'll often compete with somebody in a different age group. And even if they lose, they will gain a medal because we're rewarding them for showing up. You can't fault them if they show up and nobody else does. It's not their problem.
Have you discontinued any offerings? I think you mentioned volleyball had been in, but is no longer offered.
Yeah, and the reason volleyball has been on hiatus for a couple of years is that the person who was the event director for that event could not find a suitable venue that was agreeable by the participants, and so we couldn't offer it. But we're open to it. There was a lot of interest in it, but if you can't find a venue to play it, then you can't do it.
How about shuffleboard?
It hasn't been proposed. I don't know if it was offered in the past. I don't think shuffleboard has been offered all the years that I've been there. But they offer cornhole toss, which is not quite the same thing, but it's in many ways comparable.
And cornhole is the new version of horseshoes for a lot of people, I think.
Oh, that's true. We offer both of them.
Oh, you do have horseshoes.
We offer horseshoes, yes. It's offered at the same venue and not quite at the same time as bocce out in Green Acres.
Is that a standard horseshoe? No, that's too far to throw a horseshoe, isn't it? 20 feet?
There are two distances that they offer. One, I think either it depends on gender and or age group as to how far the horseshoe has to be tossed. But that information is available on our website under that event, under the rules for that event.
Okay, well, I don't know, Herb, we might be coming to the end. If anybody has any other questions, Gary, do you see any?
Nope.
Okay. Well, one of these days you'll be offering skateboarding because the people that used to be kids on skateboards are going to be 50 plus.
Okay, bring it on.
Yeah, that's a great thing. And you've been devoted to this organization for 40 years?
No, 40 years is how long the organization has existed. I've been associated for almost 20.
Well, congratulations to you for that.
It's
This is really terrific work and such a great contribution to not only Arlington seniors, but all of Northern Virginia.
Yeah.
We hope you have a very successful year. And if there's anything Arlington Neighborhood Village can do to help, you let us know.
Thank you. Well, having this session is very helpful. And I hope that we've recruited some people who are interested in participating, or if not that, volunteering.
Very good. We'll have people put their reactions in their chat boxes and in their screens, and we'll say goodbye until next week.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a great presentation.
You're welcome. Thank you, Gary, for organizing this.
Yep.